Howdy fellow YouTubers, my name is BobStraitFTW. And today's video is brought to you by Nightly Friend, my new single on Bandcamp that you can go buy for money or not. You can download it for free. It's awesome. Bandcamp's cool. Please don't sue me. Today's video is gonna be the complete opposite of my previous video, because in my previous video I stated a whole bunch of stuff that was wrong with Battlefield 4, but today I'm gonna mention what's good. So the first thing that the community notices about Battlefield 4 is the updated graphics. The graphics on this game are freaking amazing. It almost makes you feel like you're in the middle of the action. Just the explosions, the textures, the lighting, it's all perfect. This game is fantastic when it comes to a graphics standpoint. If you are looking for the next generation of first-person shooters, this is the game. This game stepped up the bar when it came to graphics, and I think that this is the next generation of awesome that's gonna come from our first-person shooters. So everyone who's ever heard of Battlefield will know that it has better graphics than pretty much every game on the market. But that's not enough to make a great game. To make a great game, you have to have good mechanics and longevity. Let's talk about mechanics for a second. Now, one of the mechanics that I'm a fan of, but the majority of the community is not, is the counter-knifing mechanic. One of the problems with the counter-knifing mechanic is the netcode stuff that's going on in Battlefield right now. It makes it so that people get cheated out of their knife kills because of all this netcode stuff that's going on right now. The game can't decide, you know, where you knifed, and it'll give you the wrong animation. That's what's wrong with counter-knifing right now, not the actual concept of counter-knifing, because the concept of counter-knifing is fantastic. It would work great in a first-person shooter like this game, like Battlefield. And just for those of you who don't know what counter-knifing is, it's the concept of where if someone comes at you from the front and tries to panic knife you, you can counter their knife and kill them instead of them killing you. But the problem with this mechanic right now in Battlefield is that the game can't decide which direction you came from a lot of the time. So if you come up on someone, all of a sudden they'll spin around real quick and then counter knife you when you go to knife them, or you won't be able to counter knife them even though you are facing them directly. It's a goofy mechanic and it's kind of broken right now, but trust me, if it was implemented right, this mechanic could make all the difference in Battlefield. This next mechanic is highly debated over in Battlefield, and that's the mechanic of suppression. In Battlefield right now, if someone shoots near your head, your screen gets suppressed. Now, some guns have more of a suppression ability, like LMGs or sniper rifles, compared to the carbines or the PDWs that literally don't give any suppression whatsoever. When you are suppressed, it makes your screen fuzzy, it makes your gun sway, and it takes your accuracy away. But that's how it was back in Battlefield 3. They've updated it in Battlefield 4 so it doesn't affect your accuracy anymore. It does affect your accuracy with power weapons, in my opinion. When you're using a normal weapon like a sniper rifle and you get suppressed, I've found that it doesn't affect your accuracy. Suppression is supposed to simulate a war feeling and, you know, shell shock, but it affecting your accuracy affected the way that the game actually played. So therefore, let's say that you were an LMG guy. You could shoot at a sniper just continuously and he can't hit you. He literally cannot hit you. His crosshairs could be right on your head and he just cannot hit you. And that part of the mechanic was taken out in Battlefield 4, which I think is freaking awesome. So now it just makes your gun sway and your screen fuzzy, and that part of the mechanic is the good part of the mechanic. The accuracy part was the bad part, and I'm glad that DICE decided to change it for Battlefield 4, because that was the best decision in everyone's opinion. Because if you have your crosshairs directly on someone's head and it doesn't hit them in the head, it makes the game frustrating and it feels like you're getting cheated. And that's the feeling that nobody likes in a video game. Therefore, they took that mechanic out. Another thing that they added to Battlefield 4 would be all of the customization options that you have. We didn't have near the customization options in Battlefield 3. Now, my favorite part of all the customization stuff would have to be all the gadgets that they added in Battlefield 4.
Back in my day, we could only use an RPG or a small. We never got to use bow.
Back in Battlefield 3, we only had 4 options. We had a stinger, a javelin, an RPG, or a crossbow. Hint, hint, DICE, the crossbow was awesome. I'm just gonna go out of my way right here and say that the SRAW is the best thing to ever be invented by any Battlefield game ever. Med packs, med bags, ammo packs, ammo boxes, M2 slams, PLD, motion sensor balls, claymores for the recon class, Let's not mention the impaps, though. All of these are fantastic ideas and were implemented well into Battlefield 4, except the impaps. Now, personally, my favorite gadget out of every single gadget in the game would have to be the XM25 because it is a camping destroyer. Anyone who is camping in anywhere can get destroyed by this XM25. I went one game. I killed one guy 12 times in TDM because he just kept spawning in the same spot. And I'm just like, keep spawning there. Come on. Do it again. Yeah, let's go. And yeah, on my end, it may have been a little douchey, but he's the one that's sitting on top of a crane completely exposed to my explosions that are keep continuously exploding in his face, yet he keeps spawning on his spawn beacon. You know what? I'm gonna take those kills. If you're a dumbass to sit in a camping corner for long enough to someone to kill you 12 times with a single weapon, then you deserve that. I may or may not feel passionately about this subject. Another customization option that they added to Battlefield 4 would be all of the optics that you can use now. There are somewhere in between 20 and 30 optics for any given weapon in the game. This gives anyone the option to use any weapon as they choose, and that gives longevity to the game. You can use different wacky setups, you know, just play how you want, and that's what Battlefield is all about! Now, some of us have forgotten about this next one, but I hope that DICE implements it in the next few battle packs, but that would be the concept of Levolution. Now, on the newest map packs like Naval Strike and Second Assault and China Rising, on all the map packs, really, there isn't really that much Levolution. I mean, there's Levolution here, Levolution there, but nothing like Shanghai, the freaking building coming down. I would love more Levolution like that, by the way. Now, this is a concept that I think that should be implemented into every single map in Battlefield 4. Now, the vanilla maps had a lot of this. Not all of them had, you know, the Levolution events that that Shanghai had, but they had their own really cool Levolution events, and I really wish that they would have implemented that into China Rising. I really wish they would have implemented that more in Naval Strike. There is some in Naval Strike, but it's so little that it doesn't really matter. Let's talk about vehicles for 3 hours. I could go on and on this subject, but I'm gonna try and keep it as short as possible so that you don't get bored, I don't get bored. It's just, let's not say negative stuff, let's say positive stuff. Tanks are kind of fun to drive now. They have active protection. Law rockets ignore active protection. We have boats, but the netcode for the waves kind of screw you up a lot. We have airplanes. But the rubber banding on the airplanes make them really hard to fly. Not to mention the glitch where nothing gets registered over a certain height. So choppers can be fun. Except ECM doesn't really work all the time, and lots of rockets can evade those really easily nowadays. And TAC chopper is a little heavy for my opinion, and scout chopper is just kind of, in my opinion, maybe a little overpowered, but it gets taken down a little easy. Let's move on to the next mechanic, why don't we? No, I don't know whose bright idea it was to put this mechanic into the game, but I just want to give them a hand job. And that mechanic would have to be the assist counts as kill. I dare to say that 1/4 of my kills have come from this mechanic. And if you don't know what this mechanic is, it is where when you get 75% damage on someone and someone else kills them, you get the kill as well. Therefore, when you are doing a sniping team, which me and my friends like to do, where we say, that guy's standing still, he's too far away that we can't get a headshot, or it would take multiple shots to get a headshot, and sometimes it's hard to line up that perfect headshot, but we decide that, hey, we can both get the kill for it. Let's both shoot at him at the same time. Pow, pow, dude's dead, move on. This mechanic really does make you feel more useful to your team because you are getting these kills even though you technically didn't land the last bullet on them. And I think many more games need to adopt this because this is the best mechanic in any game that I've ever seen. It does make you feel less cheated all the time. That's all the good stuff I have to say about Battlefield 4 right now. I love playing this game. This game is awesome. I play it at least once a day. I don't know how else to, you know, appreciate this game how it needs to be appreciated. This game can make you angry, but this game makes you happy more than angry, in my opinion. And that's what I look for in a game, because there's not many games that I can play and get cheated as many times as I do in Battlefield and, you know, keep coming back for more. It's just, it's that fun of a game has to be, you know, it's definitely in my top 5 of games ever that I've ever played. If I missed anything, please let me know in your comment in the comment section below. This video is going a little long, so I'm just going to cut it off there. If you made it this part of the video, please put the word explosed in your comment in the comment section below so that I know that you watched the video all the way to the end and are the best viewer and or subscriber ever. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helped me and my channel out. That is all. Squad Join Beta feature of Battlefield 4. This feature is really important for the Squad Join Beta to be successful. What gives games like Battlefield a